And we're live. Moomin, what's up, man? Everything okay?
Hello, guys. Yeah, everything fine. Thank you. How about you, Fabio?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Very excited to have you on the channel, man. You're
Thank
very,
you.
very talented, and I can't wait to share. Oops, I can hear myself in the. And we're live. Moomin. That always happens. But anyway, very excited to have you here, man.
I'm excited too. It's really an honor to be here, actually.
You're very talented,
And
and we're going to talk a little bit about your work in a few minutes. But first of all, I just wanna make sure that everybody from home is listening. Can you hear us? Everything is clear. Everything is fine. Let me know if you hear by hitting the like button. So in German you say schleimig.
Schleimig. Yeah, kinda.
So Mumin, you're actually from Innsbruck. So we share Austria. We have Austria in common.
Yeah, I'm not directly from Innsbruck. I'm from a little town which is called Landeck, but I spend most of the time in Innsbruck. Yeah, so
Man, I can't wait to share your work with the guys that are watching this because you're very talented. Your work it's in a way similar to the one of Vamsi that we looked at yesterday. But what I really liked about your work is that you also seem to be enjoying making little stories and graphics that go beyond the geometrical aspect of the complex geometries that you create. And so I can't wait to share
yeah.
this with the community. But first, because I know that a lot of people just come here because they want to know what to do with the challenge, I'm just going to share with the community what this challenge is going to be about, and then we're gonna start talking a little bit about your work. You gave us the model that some of the artists might be using for the challenge. So let's just jump into the challenge.
All right.
Okay, so the challenge for this week is called the cube. I don't know if you guys can see it here. But basically, the idea this week, what I wanted to do, I wanted to give you something. I don't want to say banal is not the right word, but I wanted to give you something that might seem easy, but then if you
Primitive.
tackle it, it can actually become really difficult to handle as a subject. Because I want to give you, as a challenge, the job of making an image about a cube. But I want you to break all the possible stereotypes. I want you to bend all the possible rules. And I want you to make an image, as it says here in the project description, that makes you go like, oh, I see what you did there. And anyway, in case you get stuck, there is a model from Moomin, which is available for download. You will find all the links in the project description. And as always, the deadline is the next Saturday. So in this case, it will be Saturday the 9th of May. And we're going to do the live on the next day, so on the Sunday at 4 o'clock London time. The deadline is at midnight London time on Saturday. For the judges this week, I have the pleasure to have, on top of Jason, we're going to have Roser as well. She qualified, I think last week, she qualified really high. I think she was one of the finalists. And then we're going to have Pedro Fernandez of Arcanine, very excited about this. And we're going to have Mike Pryor. You probably know Mike Pryor because he works in the field of computational design. He's a geometry freak, and it will be nice to have an insight from somebody that doesn't come strictly from the visualization and CG industry, so to say. But anyway, all the links and all the information to this channel are already posted in the description. Feel free to go and take a look. If you already have questions about the channel, you can leave them already now. If there are no questions, I wanna kind of start a little interview with you, Mumin, talk a little bit about your work. I want to know about your workflow. I want to know about what goes on in your head when you make your stuff. And also, guys, please give me a favor. If you're on Instagram, just go and leave him a follow because he's very talented, like really, really talented. Some of this work is just breathtaking. And you're only 26, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You're studying
Yeah, thank you for
architecture.
the kind words, man. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to finishing it uh, next month or end of the next month or kind of in fall. So let's see.
Good luck,
And
man. Good luck.
yeah, thank you very much.
And let me ask you. So basically, how did you, as an architect, start to get interested in computational design? Because we take it for granted that a lot of architects are good at doing this stuff, but the majority still kind of like ditches computational design for more, um, I want to say, conventional communication methods, right?
Yeah, exactly. But the time has changed actually, and we start to live in a different era, the technological era, or better said, the information age, some may call it. And the stuff are getting fast, and we have to sometimes when we design something, the old ways doesn't work anymore because we have to deal with the fast engagement with the society and stuff like that, and the desires of the users also changed a lot, and we have to be also very flexible in our work and also adaptive, and computational design helps us to be flexible and adaptive,
Let me ask
especially
you.
when
Oh, sorry, I
yeah,
did not
good.
mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, and of course the modeling methods of procedural or parametrical modeling allows us to create an uh, idea of an object 10,000 or million times in different kind of variations with only
Yes.
just a few clicks. And this gives us the power to be adaptive and flexible.
Let me ask you. Now that you are studying architecture, but now you have all these skills that obviously open 100,000 more doors to you and to your profession. Are you still considering to pursue a traditional path in architecture, or are you also looking outside of architecture at the moment?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm personally also kind of adaptive and flexible too. And
You have to be.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I make choices situational. So when I see an opportunity, I just go in that direction. So that's why I gained skill sets for almost any kind of a thing. I can do plans, I can do normal plans too, but I rather do this crazy stuff with all this computational part of it and code hours long.
Now you're
And
in a good university because you're actually allowed to do these things, right? In
yeah, exactly.
in many universities, some teachers will look at your work and be like, "What the hell is going on here? Where is the section? Where is the
Yeah,
plan?"
yeah, that's true. That's true. The environment is also really important by doing this kind of stuff. And it's true that some universities aren't open to this kind of new enhancement of the architecture. And that's kind of sad because they didn't allow the students to find themselves
Yeah, to
in
find their own voice.
architecture, exactly, and find their own workflows and stuff like that.
I was
And
actually having this conversation with Patrick Fogel, which was one of the judges yesterday
mhm.
at the competition, and he was, telling me how he basically looks back at the way he learned at school and regrets the fact that there was not a lot of creativity allowed. And eventually I feel like a lot of universities of architecture, they still limit their own students by giving them um, by giving them constraints that are not good for the professional career, but they're also not good for the development of their own creativity. And I don't know,
Yeah.
what is your feeling as a student since you're still studying and you're experiencing this in first person?
Yeah, I think they have to kind of there has to be rules. You can't be allowed to do anything because there should be the teachers, the professors should be as guides for us.
Yes.
They don't have to say, okay, this is shitty because this isn't architecture. Instead, they can tell them this isn't shitty, this is a good way, but if you want to make it architecture, then do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Or do this in order to connect that to architecture.
Yeah.
And on some points that is missing, this part of kind of understanding each other and the empathy of professors towards students, but also vice other way around. And
Let me
yeah,
ask you, are you working at the moment somewhere beside your architecture studies?
yeah, I'm currently at the Institute of Experimental Design, student assistant, and I'm also working freelance on some stuff. I do a lot of freelance works. I design stuff for a few guys, and from now and then I also do some normal stuff which I don't post on Instagram. The stuff on Instagram, what I do is I'm doing them in my spare time. Most of the works in Instagram are works from my spare time work. I don't sell this stuff. I don't do it for anyone. It's just some experiments that I do with the softwares that I'm currently learning. And in order to get better, I try to render them out in order to make every kind of learning path um, final. So I always present them. It's always a presentation for me. Okay, look, I did this the last few days or last few hours, and this is the completion of it.
So,
And that's what
Mumin,
I learned.
believe it or not, we artists are very sensitive people, and there are a
Hmm.
couple of people watching from home, which might actually die because the microwave behind you is open. That's how sensitive they are.
It's open.
Look,
Oh, oh my God! I'm so sorry.
they're
I'm
writing
at the.
comments. No, it's okay.
Oh
Leave it.
shit!
Don't
I'm so
worry.
sorry. Yeah, I can. I can.
The
Yeah, it
microwave is
has to be open.
manipulating her
Trust me.
mind.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
people are laughing about the microwave thing. No, but I really
So
like the work that you do, and I don't want to play some of the animations because I'm afraid that maybe the music. Do you have music on the animations that you have on Instagram?
yeah, some of them has
Yeah, so I
music.
don't risk it. But I invite everybody that is watching this video to go and take a look at Mumin's account. It's called MMNKSR. Give him a follow. He's very talented. He's a young upcoming designer, and he has given us the model that you guys can use this week. You can either choose to use this model or not. You can go totally crazy. And let me just show you. Mumin, have you ever seen the animation how to animate a cube in Houdini?
Um, I think I did.
Because it's basically a video of a cube that gets animated. I'm gonna remove the sound. This is the final result. You cannot see it because you don't. But you can see it later in when the stream is over. And so basically, it's a cube that it's animating, but then inside there is an engine.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. Yeah.
And so like that's what I was saying before, that the challenge might sound easy because one might say, okay, it's just a cube,
Hmm.
what the hell, we're going to make a room or something. But you can get crazy if you understand how to break the rules, and this is something that I always try and stimulate in people, like push yourself, try things that are new, go the extra mile because you're doing these competitions for yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the cool part about a cube, or basically for a primitive structure like how should I say, the sphere and stuff like that. The cool thing is they are so simple, but how can you make this simple object something more? How
Yes.
can you make it so crazy that you can somehow still identify the cube, but it's actually not a cube anymore. It has this own organism or own ecosystem in it, and it's kind of really interesting. And
Let me ask you a question. If you were to approach this challenge yourself, right? And I don't know if you want to do it, do it. I'll be very happy to have your work being judged by the judges on Sunday. But if you were to approach this work yourself, what would you do? Like, how would you approach it?
to be honest, I would, I would kind of, I think I would do really as I put a city in it, right in the middle,
A little city.
with no, with no gravity on all sides. The buildings are going anywhere, and the roads are like some strings, like really flying around. Just a city in a cube, while an astronaut holds the cube and looks into the city.
Ah, that's amazing. Now you're gonna see like 3 or 4 projects like this,
Yeah,
and
that
then
would
they're
be
gonna
nice.
write
That would be nice.
tribute to Moomin.
That would be great to see something like that.
Man, I wanna thank you for the time, and I wanna thank you for giving us your model to play and experiment with. I'm still waiting on my new license of Corona, because the
Okay.
idea is that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I don't know if I have a little bit of time, I'm gonna give it a try myself. And I'm gonna try and do
Okay.
something crazy using your model myself. But anyway, guys,
Let's do it,
once
man.
again, take a couple of seconds to go and see Mumin's account, give him a follow, give him a like, and all the rules have already been posted. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, some questions are coming. Where is the download link? In the description of the video. You should find it there. Probably will be visible only when I stop the stream. So be patient. Give him a couple of give the video a couple of minutes. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. Let me know. People are saying your work it's amazing. Vamsi is saying hi.
Hello,
Yeah.
Vamsi. What's up, man?
Mumin, thanks a lot for taking the time. Is
Yeah,
there
thank
anything
you,
else
Fabio.
that you want to share with the guys, with the community? Maybe some
Yeah,
tips about the challenge or something?
yeah. I think the only tip I can give them is to be just as original as possible. Just feel free and do whatever you want, and don't let others judge you. Yeah.
Like what people said yesterday. Do not
Yeah,
listen to
exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Just do what you like. Mumin,
Yeah.
thanks a lot.
So,
Don't go anywhere.
thank
I'm
you,
going.
Fabio.
My pleasure, man. I'm very honored to have you here. Very humbled by your character
Same
and by
here.
your skills and abilities. And I look forward to see what you're gonna be able to do in a couple of years. Dude, I'm gonna stop the stream. Don't go anywhere, okay? Guys, thanks a lot for watching.